All right, so next I'll go over a few things that I didn't go over in the basics. These are just some bonus things that you might want to look into and set up. So first I'll go here. You can open those up so you see exactly what is in what by just clicking that. So I didn't really dive into the merge fields. If you wanted to look at the merge fields, just seeing everything that was here and copy it from anywhere in your dashboard, or when you're here, you can do that. You can copy that and paste it anywhere and it will have that merge field, so you can add that. The Smartblocks will be here. You can also access the Smartblocks by clicking Control S and Control A for the merge fields. So the API and apps, you can start syncing your Google Workspace, Microsoft. You can sync to .loop, which is a pretty easy process. You just click here and you can go ahead and start, logging in and getting that all set up. You can set up your Stripe. If you have Stripe, Follow-Up Boss, put their API key, SkySlope, BrokerMint all through here. And this is API tokens if you want to try to go ahead and start syncing to other things. Not a lot of that functionality is possible right now, but if you are that techie, you can figure that part out. So the Organizations tab. This again is where you will set up your team members. If you wanted to add an agent, you would add their first name, last name, email, and you would do agent portal user. These are all free. And then the team member is to add someone to your team, have them have their own OTC account within your organization. And this is the additional $69 a month. So that's how you can add a new member. The user name, I usually just do their first initial last name, and then it generates a password for them. And it looks like it actually sucked in mine from LastPass, but you can generate a password for them. And then you create the user. Teams, this is you're able to assign specific teams. I personally only do the transaction and listing team. Transactions, it's going to be buyers and sellers. It looks like this user kind of added some extra things, but agent team is good too, because then all of your agents will be in one team if you're having them complete an intake form for a transaction of their own within your system, so that you can do some extra things. I touched on that earlier. You can simply create a team, and then you'll want to go into the users and assign the specific roles. So if this user is just the transaction coordinator for all of the transactions, you remember how we were able to assign roles to tasks. They will only see the tasks for the transaction coordinator. And at first, if you're a one-person team, you'll probably wear all of these hats. So you'll want to make sure that you have all of these applied so that your tasks are being shown on your OTC account. This is where you'll see all of your agents once you add them here. If you set up any brokerages, there are some settings, like if you say, if you have a lot of KW agents and you want things for just KW with their specific colors, you can add them to brokerages, and anything that any intake forms that are assigned to them, the intake forms will be that red for KW. And then the client portal roles. I'll run through this really quick. So when you add a client to the portal, you're able to dictate what it is that they're seeing. So if you go to permissions here for the buyer side, you can say, I want them to see the timeline, the details, the contacts, but I don't want them to see all contacts. I want them to just see the buyer's agent, which is their agent, the CC on all buyer's agent. This might be their assistant or the operations manager. So I want them to see the contact for their teams. The seller's name is the only thing that will populate here. The escrow officer and CC on all escrow officer. So you can pick and choose the contacts that they see, and if they show the personal info or they show their business info. And then documents, and you're able to say, I want them to just be able to see the documents, or I want them to upload the documents, or I want them to be able to download them as well. The tasks, you can make it so they see just the completed tasks, or if you wanted to show them the scheduled tasks or unscheduled tasks or no tasks at all. You can have them see the notes, and those notes are only the ones that you have put to include in the portal access. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these just so that this user can personalize that for themselves. And same for the seller. Another way that I've seen people use this is for agent 2. So let's just say, so the way that the system's set up, you're only able to assign one agent to the client portal, the actual agent portal. But if you have a buyer agent number 2, they would probably want to see this information too. So you can create a client portal for them where you are adding, they can see the timeline, they can see the details, contacts, documents, they can upload, download, they can see the tasks and all of the tasks, and they can see the notes. So now the buyer agent 2 will be able to see all of the information, and you can say, they can see any of these contacts. You can give them more permissions than you would a buyer and seller. So that's a great way to use these client portal roles. This is something that I've seen other people use and might be helpful for you. I'm just going to delete this one entirely. See if that went. Let's try to do that again. Let me see if I get out of here and maybe go back in. Oh, maybe that's something I need to submit to support. Anyways, so that is everything on the organizations tab. So the settings here, you can edit your phone number or update your phone number from here. You might want to do that at the very beginning to avoid having to do it when you submit your first transaction, but it's basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter. Your email signatures will be here. You can have multiple, just name it. And the best thing that you can do is just copy and paste that email signature from your Gmail. You can copy and paste it into here and it will work flawlessly. So that's how you can set up your email signatures and that of your team. Email addresses, this is where you can go straight to the email addresses and resyncing. If you add new aliases, you can go ahead and assign your Gmail or Outlook account. And then the settings tab here, you can go to the global settings, which is the same place we just were, but it didn't jump to the email addresses. So you've got a few things here. You can update your personal settings. Do you want the how it works button within your account to be shown? The tasks, you can have it where it's defaulted to be the full or collapsed. Email addresses, calendar, you can connect a Google Calendar. You can make it so the event title is first and then the address, or the address and then the event title. The text messages, so send the email, you can make it so it does send an email or it doesn't. The Gmail settings, this is really, I don't really use this here. 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗍𝗍𝗀, so I wouldn't play around with this too much. Everything kind of works great with the way it is. So the Google Drive, you can make this so it shows the folder contents or it doesn't. So you can come here to change that. The dot loop settings, do you want to override the contacts, or if you don't, you want to base it, the new contacts based on the contact email. So when it has a new contact, do you want it to read by the email or the dot loops contact internal ID? I would say email because the email's always there. 𝗫𝗏𝗀𝗃 is the same thing. Do you want it to read the 𝗫𝗏𝗀𝗃's internal ID or the email? And you can overwrite or not. Same with 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗡. Now you've got some defaults as well. Like I mentioned before with the documents, you can make it so it's a user sorted order or alphabetical. And you can update for all organizational properties once this is done, once you change this. And then you've got here, I'll do here the merge fields. So it does default to this, but if you wanted it to prepend where it says the business cell phone, business phone, cell phone in front of whatever phone number you have on an email template automatically, you can hit yes. Otherwise, it defaults to no, where it just shows the phone number. So the organization tab, you can make it so all of your agents and team members see all of the contacts within your OTC. Or you could say, no, don't share it. The one sheet, you can make it so the empty fields either show or the empty fields don't show. And then the field direction, instead of having it from left to right, reading in a row, so if you have in one section a bunch of different fields, it'll either read across from left to right, or it'll be stacked on top of each other, creating new rows to the right of it. So you can really set that up and make it your own. I usually just hit refresh. I don't know how this kind of works, but I think it's just to, refresh your settings and make sure that these are all now applying. So that is it for the these buttons here and the kind of bonus things that you can start doing. You may want to look here where you can update your profile if you need to change your phone number, your name, email, your passwords. This is where you can find it. If you can't log into your account and need to change your password, I would just do the forget password. That's the easiest way to do it. This is where you'll find all of your plan and billing information. You can jump straight to the organizations tab, which we have here anyways, billing and plan, which we just saw here. The change log is updates that they're making, so they sometimes they're on top of it, so you can find all of that here. The affiliate program, you can enroll in that if you plan on, bringing people over to it. I don't know exactly what I'm not going to sign them up, but I don't know what the split is and how it works, but you can get information on that here. And then the Ideas Lab, if you have an idea that you would love to share, and you can vote on specific things. This I feel like needs to be as well. Checklist to task would be awesome. Any ideas that you've put in will be here, or you can submit a new idea. If you see anything weird happening, you can report a bug, and this is to log out. This here is where all of your text messages will show. You'll have a red bubble with a number of text messages waiting to be cleared here, and that's how you can do that. You can search for any of your properties here or contacts. So anything within a property title or a contact name, you can show it here. Just did a good stretch. And I think that is a great overview of what you can expect with your new OTC account. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to hop in here and, search and really dive deeper into this. There is a lot that goes into OTC. And when you're ready for phase 2, or if you need any help and actually want me to go ahead and jump in to start getting you ready for phase 1 type things instead of a basic setup, let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your setup and OTC, and I will see you around.